This video is going to be for the working mom who's having a hard time to find joy in the season of being a working mom, and you just feel like you're going through the motions and you dream about being able to stay home with your kids one day, and you maybe also dream about homeschooling and just being able to be a full-time homemaker. And I want to speak to this because although I'm not in that season, I know what it's like to feel really sad and down and kind of like pity yourself, and then also find joy in the season that you're in, no matter the circumstance. And I want to say, like, this is not on your own strength. It's not by your own doing, but learning how to trust in God and give Him your desires, no matter the circumstance you're in. So the first thing I want to tell you is that if you have so many thoughts swirling in your mind about this and you just constantly find yourself like ruminating over it, just thinking about it, just constantly thinking like, when will the season end? When will I be able to actually do the thing I want to do? I want to encourage you to actually like get a journal or pull out your notes app, whether it's a physical journal at work or like your phone. Writing it down and just getting your thoughts out like is going to help you so much. And something I even used to do would be like type a whole text message like to no one and just about how I'm feeling, and then just delete it all, because just the act of doing that and getting it out there, like out of your mind, is clearing up space in your brain for other things that you know you have to do, like your actual work, like the responsibilities at home and things like that. And I found that this practice has helped me a lot. Journaling is so good for your brain. I'm sure there's countless studies on how journaling can be beneficial to your mental health and things of that sort, but this is something that's helped me, and I just really encourage you to try that as well. So this next part is going to be about going through the motions, and it feels like you're living just like every day on autopilot, and you're just kind of going through like, okay, I wake up, I hit snooze, and then I just kind of have to push myself through the day. And I remember those days where I would sit at my desk at work and like grind my teeth and just be like so just fist to the sky, not really, like, I hate this. Like, I hate having to be here. I hate that this is like the situation that I'm in. And really, like, this is going to sound maybe harsh, but like, you need to learn how to practice finding joy and being grateful for what you have. And a quote that a friend told me was that, or it wasn't a quote, it was like something she said. She's also a working mom and she has 2 kids. I have 1. And she said, I remind myself that there's people who have less than me who are happier than I am right now. And that is just so sobering, to be honest, because like, if you think about it, there are people who have less in this world than us in different countries, and they're making do with what they have, and they still find the joy in the little things that they have. And I think about the time when I was a single mom. I got married recently, like 2 months ago, and I was able to find the joy in the middle of that season when I was, praying and hoping for a husband, praying for, God to turn that situation around. And now that I have more responsibility with this new person in my life and we're a family, you have to push yourself to say, okay, like, I need to be grateful for this. I need to be grateful that I have a job. I need to be grateful that we have a safe home, that my child is able to be safe in school or daycare, and that, I know that I'm doing the best thing for my child right now in this season, and I'm doing the best thing for our family right now in this season. It's not going to be forever, but I know that if I keep believing and trusting in God and having faith that He is going to be the one that's going to, help us grow in this season and help us, move into the next season, like, that's way better than just the opposite of that. My last point is learning to just put one foot in front of the other and just keep going and being faithful with what you have, the little that you have now. If you have little, if maybe you have a lot. But remember how God was faithful in maybe a very hard season in your life. I'm sure you're thinking of it now. Like, He can do it again. Who says He can't? That's who He is. I think about the Israelites all the time and how they complained and moaned and groaned, and they were in the wilderness for 40 years, for longer than they needed to be, because they didn't trust in God. And so I'm sure you do not want to be repeating the same season over and over again. And a friend of mine, whenever we first started working, we were both the same age, and I don't see her as often anymore, but she asked me, she's like, don't you want to get better every year, like as a person, and grow? And of course, this covers all aspects of life. And it's true. Think about, I'm sure you know a family member, maybe someone in your life who is older, and unfortunately they just kind of do the same thing over and over again, have the same mindset, are constantly complaining. And not to put this person down, but like that type of person down, but you don't want to be that way. You don't want to be that type of mom, that type of wife, that type of coworker, that type of friend. And so I really encourage you to cling on to the hope that we have in Christ. And the verse that's coming to me is, do not grow weary in doing good, but instead, if we do not give up, we will reap a harvest. Go ahead and subscribe to my email newsletter if you want to see an email of encouragement every week. I'm going to be sending that out every Monday, just to kind of help you start the week off on the right foot, centered and focused in Christ and the hope you can find in Him. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.